Most people don't need more advice, just the courage to gently face what they've been avoiding.
Because growth sounds beautiful until it asks you to be honest with yourself and stay. So, welcome to this episode of Touched and Empowered. I'm Katie here with Ace, and I'm throwing a curveball.
Oh, I wasn't ready. Okay, let's do it. Go for it. What's the
Okay, so you had made a comment about how a few people find our conversations uplifting, inspiring, and enlightening because of other things in their environment that are very heavy.
yes.
So, one, why do you think that is?
Uh huh.
And two, what can we do to help release that heaviness energy around us when we don't have the capability of listening to you and I be goofballs?
So, Les Brown said it in one of his speeches once, and I've adopted this. Find the things that tickle you.
I'm assuming you mean like mentally, or do you
Yeah,
mean physically too?
I mean, mentally, physically. If it tickles you physically, maybe you should like walk away if you need to focus. But
Yeah, save that for later.
save it for later. Everyone has their thing. But for instance, we were trying to record something just now, and by the third take, I noticed the things that were tickling me, and I couldn't stop laughing between phrases.
Hmm. It's interesting because there's so many different pieces of literature, content, stories that on the surface, the words are just words. But because we're human and have the capability of creativity and free will, sometimes our minds go in the gutter, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And it makes it very entertaining.
I, so I was at a conference, and we were talking about defense, like the United States defense and like investment in defense.
Oh, now that's like a very serious topic.
Serious and got a little heavy. But then the person who was presenting said drug discovery. And I immediately went, because my mind wasn't thinking about defense anymore. It was thinking about something else. And I was just like, that's a little ambiguous. What do you mean? And I was like trying not to laugh because I was saying all of this internally.
Right.
Thankfully, the person next to me started laughing, and he's actually in pharmaceuticals. So that I was like, "Oh, this is great! Oh, thank you." Just and then the entire room just did one of these.
And relaxed and settled back into it and was able to kind of like refocus on it. I love it when there's an energetic shift like that.
It was so needed because I was trying so I was like bottled in my face. I was like, and the person next to me, he didn't fully see me too. So I'm maybe he was just working off the same energy of me, and I was just like, "This is great,
Well,
thank
I
you."
mean, also the fact that it was talking about drugs, my brain went directly to recreational drugs. His
Yeah,
brain probably went to pharmaceutical drugs because of his background. Or he could have just be twisted. He's like, I wonder which one they're talking about.
it was that one. It was totally that one. That was what I was reading from him because I was like, "This is the second time somebody used that phrase in this conference, and no one said anything." No.
Really? Well, that's well again the context being key. The purpose of this conference, I understand. It's like me sharing stories about going to the museum conference with Austin, and these are people who their lives are running museums and writing informational labels for pieces of art or historical artifacts. And I'm sitting there, and my brain goes, "Yeah, no, none of that makes sense because that's not my world." So I was also finding odd humor in inappropriate times because of I'm just who I am and I'm not thinking from a museum point of view.
I understand that. I went to this conference and I don't normally, I mean, I think about it, but so the point of the conference was there was a lot of wealth management, a lot of where you can invest, right?
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, not an everyday crowd
Yeah, no, that's probably like a once a year kind of thing.
in LA,
Be
yes.
would be my guess. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's people kind of manage a pretty high bracket of funds in this space, and it's $3,000 to get into this space too. So it's very unique of a crowd. So, but this is like a bubble of a crowd. It's
Where
quite the
everyone kind of knows each other.
sort of. They kind of know each other, but they also what's the best way to put it? They don't usually venture outside of this crowd, nor do they
Oh,
watch the same media as this crowd because they're working so much.
true. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then additionally to that, they're traveling. They're pretty. They're strapped for time. If that makes sense.
I can only imagine, just because I know I'm strapped for time trying to run my own business.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No. In the same vein. So it is funny to kind of like see what their humor buttons are, and that was like my that was my way of finding what tickles me is like I wonder what's when people are gonna say something that will make them laugh or not. Like somebody used the word threesome instead of like to integrate three different programs into one so that it
right.
efficiently with three different functions. But they said threesome so purely.
Context is key.
Pure. Pure. Katie was waiting for the context.
Well, I mean, I can understand that from a certain standpoint because there is a group that I am with that has, without giving out too much detail about the organization because they haven't gone public yet, they have integrated three different business models together to create something brand new. The graphic that is used during the presentation is a giant number three on flames. It's a cool graphic. I'm so glad they chose to use the word triad instead of threesome because I would lose my composure every single time if that was the case. Just because of the way Katie's brain works.
Everyone
And
works that way, by the way. If it's not, I mean, this one person, like I said, was very pure.
right.
But then even somebody else tried to utilize because they had their own integrated three technological functions into one streamline, and he couldn't find a word anymore because that was the only word that was stuck in his brain to present what he was trying. And like
And if he was not comfortable saying that word out loud, then
he found three different variations. He couldn't find the word. And like I was before going to the event the next day because he was telling me about this and the word.
hmm
I thought about it the night before and I was like, I'm gonna give him this word. Use trifecta.
there you go.
Yeah, trifecta. Like that's my value for you today. Take that word. Use that one, please.
There you go. That's, and sometimes it really is just trying to find the right word to describe something. But the funny thing about our words is that the definitions of words sometimes become skewed because of culture or context.
Oh yeah, my favorite is like if you're. There was a TV show.
There was a TV show.
So I
Wait,
watched.
wait, wait, wait. Breathe for a second, because you are like trying so hard not to bubble over with laughter right now. So I think you kind of need to get that out of your system, so then that way you could speak.
I'm breathing. Okay. So there was. It was. There was this. There was this like this Instagram reel that was going around
Okay.
about this guy that was All right. So he was trying really, really hard to. It was a cooking show, so he was using cooking terminology,
Right.
but he had a really strong accent, and he mistook. He used the wrong word,
Okay.
and it just kept getting worse until they tried to correct him. They were like, "So, what are you trying to give us? An alvin, an alv, an anal." And they were just stop, please stop. Stop. I don't even know what the word was because I think he really just took the wrong word out of the English dictionary and decided to use it on air.
Right.
And they were trying to tell him stop, and then he was like, anal put, and he was like, no, 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 stop, stop, stop.
Well, it's like, um, there was a reel that okay, this one's bad. This one's bad. I will admit it. I want to say that it was, I don't know which baking show it was, but it's a Britain baking show.
Mm.
And it was a cake creation competition.
Oh, I never.
And the people were making cakes that looked like animals. And this one artist made a beaver in a little jumpsuit. I mean, he looked like a cartoon character.
So people were eating the beaver.
Yeah, but the one of the lead judges says, I never wondered what beaver tasted like. Now I know. Everyone lost it. Because I mean that's not where his mind was,
That's where
but
mine
but
immediately went. That was
but
a
that's where
totally
but that's where a lot of other people's was. Again, honest statement, but context is key. If I heard the audio of that only, I would have had no idea he was talking about cake.
Yep, yep. And that. Did you ever watch the? Did you ever watch that? The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when they're talking about the planets?
I've seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire a few times, but I don't remember the planet thing.
There was this one thing. I don't remember the question because why would I after this statement? They had they had the options of like Saturn, Neptune, Earth, and Uranus.
Right. Okay. So which one of these is a planet or not a planet or some whatever the
I don't
question was,
remember
it
the
was something
question.
like that.
But the person so pure goes. Maybe Neptune, maybe Saturn. Ugh, I can't even put a finger on Uranus. And you just you just see Meredith go, I need my job. I need my job. Can we can you and you just see the person's face go, I'm so sorry. I was like, mm.
It's yeah, it's one of those that, again, that's why one of my favorite sayings over this last year and a half has been context is key.
Yeah, but
Because
I mean there is like a very very fine line as to when it's appropriate to make those comments. Most of the
right.
time it's like when you just can't help it. You just like it's there. Like it's not just you doing it. It's like the person next to you. That's usually when you
Right.
get more alleviation is like, anyone else? Anyone else get that? What? Is that just me?
Okay, so I'm going to keep my comments to myself. Thank you very much.
Or if you find like a friend in the room that goes, and what I did right there, folks, is like a very funny gesture of trying to hold her laugh in.
Oh yeah, holding the bridge of your nose to try and keep yourself from bursting out in laughter. Or biting your lips.
Biting your lips is too overt. Like
That's too obvious.
I feel like if I bite my lips, you'll know I'm trying to stop myself from laughing. Um, my favorite is the
The clearing of the throat. Mm.
yep, yeah, that one where you just like really have to just get the laugh out as hard as you can, so that like you can continue with the conversation without blowing up internally. Like, but so that usually helps, and we riff off of that during our show very often.
Well, we do because one of the things that you and I have discovered is that there are times life is just way too serious.
Yeah.
And there are things going on in our worlds that are disruptive or dysfunctional or chaotic. And we need that sense of lightheartedness. We need to remind ourselves that it's okay to have fun when everything is crushing down around you
Yeah.
because you need to find balance.
Oh yeah, and it's like it's being in that type of life state. Because don't get me wrong, if you are exhausted, you are tired, and you're like in a kind of a lower energy, and you're
Yeah.
not charged, everything is gonna suck, right?
Yes, and usually, well, I can't say usually, but I have noticed when I'm have that lower energy when I'm having a conversation with someone, that is when I will make comments where I will accidentally say a wrong word. And it's just because my brain is just not moving at the same speed as my mouth.
Right, right.
And the best example I can give, I'm not actually going to say the words on here. You will get the gist of it when I tell you that I misspoke the word tentacle. I don't have to tell you what I said,
It's great.
but even now, if I have to talk about octopus, is for example,
Octopi.
octopi, I check myself before I say that word because I'm so afraid I'm going to misspeak it again.
I mean, it's okay. I called somebody Ball instead of Matt too. Like, like those are the times where you're just like, Shh, we're
Whatever.
it's like you kind of just have to laugh off the human, or
Yes.
otherwise things kind of get boring. I
Yeah,
just,
because some things are completely innocent and innocuous. And I'm going to embarrass my son right now because I can. My father-in-law kept a plastic jug of pub mix. It's his favorite snack. Picked it up at BJ's, I think, on a regular basis.
BJ.
But because it contained a combination of like pretzels and breadsticks and peanuts and all this other stuff, he jokingly told Austin that the snack was called Pop Pop's Nuts. Austin went to BJ's with my father-in-law, was going down the snack aisle. Guess what he declared at the top of his lungs for the entire store to hear?
At BJ's, yes.
At BJ's. Or BJ's is like Costco or Sam's Club for people who don't know what BJ's is, because I think they're not all over the US.
Oh,
But
not.
yeah, so I don't know, he was like 4 when this happened.
Oh, I bet you everyone loved it. Made it
Uh,
even.
I'm sure everyone was just looking at going like, do I want to know? Do I not want to know? And just kept right on walking. But yeah, that Austin, I love you. But it's a funny story. I'm going to share it.
I mean, it's a good story. At the same time, like it's not fair
Because
that they named these stores BJ's and Dick's. Like, why would you? Sorry, folks.
I didn't even make that connection until just now. I had to go to BJ's to pick up pop up nuts. Oh God. I can't wait to tell Austin that part. Thank you, Ace, for enlightening me on that.
If you rewind backwards,
Misspoken.
I saw it all playing out. If you rewind backwards, you'll see my face of going BJ's.
I didn't even make that connection. When I was talking about Sam's Club and Costco's, it's one of the right over the head.
Humor helps, folks. It does. Because all right, so trying to go back to
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why some of these places name themselves things that can be.
it's not fair. I think it's not fair. It's like the
I don't know. I don't think. Well, I don't know. Is it intentional?
Richards. Why couldn't you name it Richards? It would have been fine.
I don't know. But no, you have to. Well, you have to admit some of them are intentionally named that way. Why else would there be a sports bar, pub, restaurant called Hooters?
Okay, that one makes sense.
That
That
one
one,
does make sense.
that one we know why it's named Hooters. But you see, these are the things that tickle you, and it just brings you up into the oh.
My favorite of all times is, you know, those signs that are like underneath the McDonald's that says like 100 million burgers sold or whatever, and then it lists whatever the special is for the month or whatever. There was, I forget where it was, but there was, shall we say, a sign war between McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and Burger King because they were all kind of like across the street or next to each other, whatever. And they were putting funny sayings on the signs that were kind of poking fun at the other restaurants. It was all in good humor and fun and stuff, but reading that stuff, you have to give these people credit for being so creative, having an innocuous statement, but it kind of like hee 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 humor to it.
The best thing is some people catch it, some people don't.
Yeah, some people catch it and some people don't.
And the people who don't make it, that makes it even funnier. So like, all right, so that's one way that I've noticed. You find the things that tickle you because, like, to be fair, for whatever reason, when if I'm like really really sick, then I'm not cracking any jokes. Like that's how you
Yeah,
know there's something wrong, like medically with me. But even like to the point where I'm in pain, will I crack jokes because it's my coping mechanism to stay alive, like, and keep myself in. There was this time where, all right, heavy situation. My eyes were so dry; they were burning, and I had no idea why. No idea why, right?
right.
I called one of my best friends and his wife, and I was like, "Hey, I can't see. Could you please take me to the hospital because I had to keep my eyes shut because it
Hmm.
burned to open them." So I went to the hospital, and the entire time I'm in this could have been really awful. I'm in the my eyes are closed. I'm in the ER, and I'm just like, "Hey, hey, Joey, what's going on? Can you tell me why someone is screaming?" And I'm like not trying to laugh, but I am because it's just so like hard. And then I was cracking jokes and whatnot, and just sitting there and waiting for the like. And we got out in pretty good time too, to be honest. And the nurse that was taking care of me was really sweet. Made sure that I got home safely. My eyes stopped burning after they numbed my eyes for a little bit. But
Okay.
it was a good 7 hours of me just cracking jokes because I couldn't see. I, I was like, I was literally because it wasn't burning as much, but only when I opened my eyes. So I was like not in pain as long as my eyes were shut.
Right.
And I was just like, "Oh, this is so great! I'm sandwiched between a husband and a wife down the stairs to the car, like just cracking as because it there was nothing else I could do."
That's true. And so I think just finding the what tickles you, finding the joy, finding the humor, finding a way to make you smile helps offset all the other craziness that's going on.
Yeah,
And I know this works because before we even started our phone calls today, when we first hopped on Zoom, I was exhausted. I was so tired. My shoulders hurt. I was just complaining about everything, and then now it's like it doesn't hurt anymore. I'm not tired anymore.
I was recovering from stuff.
I think we're always recovering from stuff. It's how we choose to recover from it.
Exactly, and the things that tickle you that really it also another thing that happens when you choose that route is you end up what's the word for it? You end up you elevate the room with you. You relieve the tension
Right.
in the room, but you also, for whatever reason, humor also tickles your neuroplasticity. So your humor kind of brings in a new intelligence too to the room. So it gives everyone a very fascinating perspective on life once you utilize it correctly and confidently,
Yeah,
or
I
sincerely,
do,
either or.
and I do think that. knowing your audience. Because, for example, I was at a networking event this morning. We were given 15 seconds to introduce ourselves. So I did my introduction, gave my name, gave my business, where I'm located, one sentence on what it is that I do, and I had like 3 seconds left. So I just said, and I'm a unicorn.
Nice.
Crickets.
Oh no.
Nobody laughed, nobody smiled. So I just shrugged and said, I'm just trying to have fun. Wrong audience for me to make a crack about being a unicorn, apparently.
Also, unicorns are because they were. All right. What place in line were you when you stayed?
I was the first person to go. I volunteered to be first.
Okay, so everyone else was getting ready with their pitches, so they were nervous.
Probably. But still, I would at least expect a smirk from the two people who had known me for 3 or 4 years. But nothing. So, lesson learned, don't claim to be a unicorn in this networking group.
Yeah. Well, there's also a. If you said that to me, I understand what you mean.
Right, because we've been doing this for however long now.
But if you say that with another community, it could mean something.
Oh,
So,
didn't even think about that.
so
I don't think any of the all right. This I don't think anyone in well, I don't know if anyone in this group would have been part of that community or not, to be honest. And I don't care because I don't need to know their business. But nobody had that kind of look on their face to indicate they might have been part of that community. So I'm going to say, yeah, I don't think that was it.
see the things that tickle you, folks. It tickles different people. You just never know, and sometimes that humor isn't always there. Also, because a lot of people are nervous.
True. That is true. And part of me was just like trying to lighten the mood from it because I use humor to get over my nerves.
So do I. I would have died. I would have crashed. I would have crying on that. I would because of the both. Because one, I know exactly what you mean, but then also the other connotation of what that could have meant. And and on that note,
And on that note, we hope everyone has a fantastic week and we will catch you next time.
see you next time. Watch some comedians for fun jokes. Bye.
If this conversation stirred something in you, don't just sit with it, work with it. You can go deeper with us through our sessions, workshops, and community experiences designed to support your growth in real time.
All the details are in the show notes, and if this episode resonated, share it with someone who's ready to meet themselves a little more honestly. Until next time, challenge what you believe.
Choose who you become.